Moonbeam Studios presents The Owl House Magic Panic, written by Tales of Infinite. Brought to you by Angry Tiki Fanfiction, and in association with Imagination Plus. Read for you by me, SallyBot AI. Chapter 1, Not the Chosen One. Story Post 1. There she was, sitting in the detention office again. A sigh left her lips as she looked up at Vice Principal Gerald, his arms folded over his chest, glaring. "Do you know why you have been sent to detention again, Miss Nocita?" Luz frowned and shook her head. "No, I don't even know what I did this time," she explained, looking side to side. It felt like she was being watched by multiple eyes, and she couldn't take the feeling anymore. Vice Principal Gerald narrowed his eyes at her as if disgusted. He then picked up a few papers and started reading. 1. Singing the theme song to an anime called Blackwater High in music class, upsetting your classmates. Luz stiffened up. "Mrs. Sanders said we could sing anything we wanted, and there's nothing wrong with that song. It's a song about hope, justice, and being true to yourself. There is no reason at all that they should have been upset by that." Vice Principal Gerald squinted and shook his head. 2. Once again causing a disruption in drama class by pretending to be shot and popping small balloons filled with strawberry syrup all over yourself, scaring all onlookers and frightening the staff. Are you serious right now, Miss Nocita? That isn't fair. I was preforming the scene requirements to get the role. Brittany Lane popped actual makeup effects blood packets on herself in the same scene right after me. She stole my routine, and everyone clapped for her. Why am I the one in trouble and her with the role I wanted? Luz yelled, but was silenced by Vice Principal Gerald jumping to his feet and slamming his hand on the desk. 3. Talking once again about the good witch Azura in class, causing disruptions to the flow of learning. Luz now stood up. "It was book club. How can you act like that is some crime?" She narrowed her eyes now with the vice principal. "You are just persecuting me for no justified reason at all." "Mija, lower your voice." Luz turned to look at the familiar voice and her eyes lit up. "Mom, thank goodness, back me up. Tell Vice Principal Gerald that I wasn't doing anything wrong. You have my back, right?" A spark of hope in Luz's voice. She knew her mom loved her way of doing things. She watched her walking over and stand by Vice Principal Gerald, taking the paper and reading it over. She squinted, looked up at the man beside her, and then narrowed her eyes on her daughter, instantly crushing any hope Luz had. "Mija, this is not being creative. This is being, well, bad. This is bad, Luz. I don't understand why you keep doing this." Camilla held a hand to her chest. Mom? Wait, you're taking his side?" Camilla shook her head at Luz. "I don't understand where I went wrong. Why can't I just have a normal daughter? Mija, you are breaking my heart." Luz clapped hands to her mouth and started backing away, but the room was soon filled with the sounds of laughter and the air was going dark around her. She could see shadowed versions of her classmates standing all around her. "Freak! Freak! 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 Freak!" They screamed, pointing at her and laughing harder. "I'm sorry about this, Mrs. Nocita, but your daughter needs to be punished. She needs to learn that these behaviors are just unacceptable in modern society." Vice Principal Gerald expressed concern for Luz's mother, then narrowed his eyes on Luz again, this time with more anger than before. Camilla sobbed and gave a nod of her head before straightening her back. "I understand. I don't know where I went wrong with her, but I need her to be taught a lesson. Please, please help." They both turned to Luz, who now felt tears welling in her eyes. Never had she felt so betrayed in her life. They both pointed their fingers and with the rest yelled, "Freak!" only for Camilla to reach over to the side of Vice Principal Gerald's desk and pull a large lever. The floor opening up under Luz's feet, causing her to plummet into a massive lake of flames, a sign over it reading, "No place for weirdos." "No, no, 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 Mom!" Luz screamed and suddenly jumped up. "I'm not a freak!" But everything was silent now, and she looked about. She was covered in a cold sweat. But she wasn't burning. She wasn't falling. She was in her room, still cluttered with strange magical items and some oddities, laying on her soft sleeping bag. And she was safe once again, in the home of the Owl Lady herself, Ida Clawthorne, safe in the Boiling Isles, safe in the Owl House. End of story post 1. Note from the writer, Tales of Infinite. This is a personal story I enjoyed writing some time ago. My own fan fiction I never had the means to share until now. And now I would like to share it with you all. It may seem a bit unconventional and a little weird, but I think that keeps in themes with the setting and story of the Owl House. This will be part of a small series of tests posting fan fictions. So please do stick around and tell me what you think about it in the comments section. And don't forget to like to help get the video and story noticed. Share, subscribe. And if you enjoyed, then please turn on that little notification bell so you won't miss out on future videos and story updates. Thank you for supporting.